Welcome to our first, hopefully annual, Drive-In of Doom movie review series. Let's not waste any time. This year, we're going to start with...
Jason Goes to Hell. The Final Friday.
The Final Friday. This movie's bizarre. It never really felt like a Friday the 13th movie to me, and it was never really supposed to feel like one. There's not much Jason in it, which, I guess more Jason than another certain sequel had. I'm looking at you, Roy. It kind of reminds me of Wes Craven's New Nightmare, where it changes the character at his core for the sake of making things different and stand out among the other movies. It's weird. To me, Friday the 13th is a killer in a hockey mask running around slicing up campers with a machete. That's Friday the 13th. Though I get that formula can get a little tiring after a while, so naturally franchises, they're just going to evolve over time. But Jason Goes to Hell, it's way out there. Before we get started, I would like to give a big shout out to my Patreon members. Your continued support keeps these videos coming. If you'd like your name up here too, get access to exclusive sneak peeks, progress updates, watch my videos before everyone else, go to patreon.com/GamerThumbTV or click the link in the description and get started. Without support from viewers like you, my content creation journey would simply not be possible. And this video was created a little while before you're actually watching it, so these names may not be fully updated as of today. So if I missed you, I haven't forgotten you. Thank you. Jason Goes to Hell. Right from the beginning, the movie already starts off with me thinking, what the hell is this? Listen to this noise. I swear, it's those noise tubes from the 90s. Anyone remember those, where it's like a tube, and then you turn it sideways or upside down, and it goes... I don't know what they're called. It starts off like any other classic Friday the 13th movie, along with all the tropes you'd expect. The creepy, mysterious music, a drive in the woods to a small cabin, a young lady walking around by herself, and then jump scares. And completely unnecessary yet highly appreciated nudity. Now, it's never really explained why she's here by herself at night in an area known to be a monster serial killer's hunting grounds. All her activities, especially the removal of clothing, attracts the big man himself, Jason Voorhees. And there's that Kane Hodder Jason walk. I love it. Anytime Kane Hodder's playing Jason, you just know it's him. You could just tell from his walk. But hold on a minute. What is he even doing here right now? Let's not forget that technically, this is Friday the 13th, Part 9. I understand that at this point Jason is some undead monster man, but before this we had Jason Takes Manhattan. And that movie ended with Jason melting in New York sewer toxic waste. I mean, he's coming apart and now he's magically unmelted and teleported somehow back to Crystal Lake without explanation. Did he just swim over there? Well, there's actually a very easy explanation for this. New Line Cinema? They just didn't care. And they wanted to make Freddy vs. Jason. Before Jason Goes to Hell was in production, Paramount Pictures owned Friday the 13th. So New Line Cinema worked out a deal to get the rights for Jason, and they began production on another movie, and then decided to just ignore Jason Takes Manhattan. It's as simple as that. And fun fact, the movie doesn't carry the title Friday the 13th because Paramount never gave New Line Cinema the rights. They had the rights to Jason, so the movie became Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, instead of Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell. So Jason's chasing this chick through the woods in classic Friday the 13th fashion, and she's successfully getting away as he walks with heavy thuds behind her. Is she going to get the machete? Like everyone he chases after is fated to suffer. No. What is about to ensue is one of the most awesome scenes in any Jason movie. The entire thing was an FBI operation to track down Jason. I mean, it makes sense if you think about it. Scores of dead teenagers in the woods killed by one man over the years. And local law enforcement has done nothing to solve the problem. Yeah, you're going to call the feds. And they're not fucking around. They light Jason up, shooting him nonstop. They throw explosives at him. He's getting blasted. And then... Jason's dead, he's in hell. End credits. I'm just kidding. That's only the beginning of the movie. And that music, this music is so annoying. It plays through the entire movie. I swear this movie has one song on the soundtrack, and it's this, just nonstop. From this point on, Jason Goes to Hell is a bizarre fever dream that could have ended up being very different. Originally, it was pitched to include Elias Voorhees, Jason's father. He was going to dig up the body, eat his heart, and then start killing people. Another idea was having Jason caught up between a Los Angeles gang war, totally not inspired by Predator 2. Eventually, Adam Marcus became the director, his first time directing a movie, and he was a huge Friday the 13th fan. He also happens to play a young police officer in the movie too. His Friday the 13th movie became something very different than anyone expected. After Jason's death, his body's taken to the medical examiner, and there's Kane Hodder right there, Jason himself right there, by the way. And Jason's body goes under examination for some reason. I mean, they know what happened to him. He exploded. What exactly is there to examine?
How many people actually get a chance to say whatever they want to Jason fucking Voorhees? Hey, fuck. How you doing, you fat-ass, maggoty, blown-up fuck? Suck this!
And director Adam Marcus decided with this movie to explain Jason, which I've never been a big fan of. When you explain these characters' origins, it kind of takes away a little bit of the mystery, a little bit of the fear. Remember when I said Jason's dad was going to eat his heart? Well, now the medical examiner does. Then he starts absorbing upgrade orbs from God of War. You see, in this version of the story, what we know as Jason is a shell. The evil inside Jason begins jumping from body to body. And this is what kind of breaks this movie for me. Yeah, there's plenty of gory kills, a fact that's always appreciated in a slasher flick, but you never really see Jason doing it. You lose that iconic hockey mask serial killer. It's just people pretending to be Jason lumbering around. Although I do think it's cool that mirrors still show you the actual Jason's reflection, but how does he transfer bodies? Well, he makes out with you and then he shoves his evil in your mouth by inserting some demonic tentacle thing. And that's what Jason spends the entire movie doing, killing people and swapping bodies by going through their mouth.
Jason could be getting up and walking around anytime soon.
We really nailed that fucker.
He wasn't nothing but a big old pussy anyway.
2 security men. Dead.
He's got to keep doing it because the evil inside of him can't be contained by normal bodies, so they keep falling apart. And as you can see, this movie also does have really good practical effects. And you may be wondering what's going on in this scene right here. Jason captures the sheriff and he's prepping to take his body, but first he ties him down naked and he starts shaving him. I never understood this scene. I have no idea why he's doing it. But director Adam Marcus does have an explanation.
The scene that I get asked more questions about than any other scene in that movie is, what the hell is with that shaving the naked dude scene? And my answer is always the same, because I knew 25 years later you'd still be asking me about it. I knew where my audience's actual fears were. A boy kissing a boy was more terrifying to them than a machete through the forehead. Just is. And I love poking that bear. Like, let's get to what really is upsetting you.
So take that explanation however you'd like. That's his reasoning. I do have to give it to Jason Goes to Hell for making characters that have some level of backstory versus just brain dead campers. Except there is this one scene that feels completely off where brain dead campers actually do the brain dead camper thing. They have sex in the woods. And then they get slaughtered by Jason. Sure, it's like the old movies, but it feels so thrown in there, and it doesn't flow naturally with the rest of the movie at all. It makes sense, though, when you learn that this scene was added in 6 months after the movie was already done filming. Apparently, after test audiences saw the movie, it was decided, hey, there needs to be camper in the woods scenes, so they just threw one in there. And even more bizarrely, one of these chicks is trying to pick up this guy.
Come with us. We're thinking of going skinny dipping later.
God, I'd love to. But I gotta meet someone later.
Your girlfriend?
Go on, have fun.
You don't know what you're missing.
Really? That guy? Come on now. With the movie in full swing, here's a cast of characters, and please bear with me. It gets way more complicated than it needs to be, more complicated than any other Friday the 13th movie, because Jason Goes to Hell adds all kinds of lore and family ties that never existed before. Totally not taking inspiration from other movies like Halloween. First, we have Creighton Duke. He's a badass bounty hunter that watched Jason explode. But he knows Jason's still around. He travels into town looking for him. He is obsessed with tracking down and killing Jason Voorhees. And the locals, they just don't want him causing any trouble in town.
Come on, get up. Why don't you blow me, Chief? Right after your girlfriend there gets through.
Which I find absolutely hilarious, because this town celebrates the notoriety of having an active serial killer running amok. That's like a restaurant in downtown Milwaukee during the era of Jeffrey Dahmer, selling a plate called Jeff Special with chicken tenders shaped like human fingers.
This is truly sick.
Tell me about it.
No, this is not sick, Diana. This is business. People are going to come to see Jason's hometown, and they're going to come with appetites.
You really want me to cut these like this?
Yes, I do.
They look stupid.
Well, it's your own dumbass fault. They're supposed to look like hockey masks. This makes a whole new patty, hence the 2-for-1 burger sale.
And Creighton, for some reason that is never explained at all in the movie, knows all about Jason's magic body transferring, and how the real Jason is something supernatural that's inside. The body is just a shell. And how does he know all this? I don't know. But in dialogue cut from the movie, it's revealed that he witnessed Jason killing his girlfriend in Crystal Lake when they were younger. But that still doesn't explain how he knows about his powers. And one of the people Creighton Duke begins harassing is this lady, Diana Kimball. Did you know that Jason had a half-sister? Well, now you do. For some reason that the movie also doesn't explain, only a Voorhees family member can truly kill Jason. From a Friday the 13th point of view, it just doesn't make any sense. And since only a Voorhees can kill Jason for good, Jason goes after his half-sister and gets her. Problem solved, movie over. Just kidding, there's actually another Voorhees left. Now Diana has a daughter, Jessica Kimball, who looks almost the same age as her, by the way. When I first saw this movie, I missed the fact that they were a mother and daughter, and I thought they were sisters. They look almost the same age. Being sisters would have made more sense. Jessica Kimball is also the niece of Jason. Totally not like Halloween 4 and 5. So she becomes the new target of Jason for the rest of the movie. And she's dating this news reporter, Robert Campbell, who eventually becomes one of Jason's body swaps. She may see him as a loving boyfriend and a professional, but in reality, he's a complete scumbag and he'll do anything for a shocking news report. He even goes as far as secretly stealing the body of his girlfriend's dead mother from the morgue and hiding it in the old Voorhees house, where Pamela Voorhees used to live. Totally not like the old Myers house from Halloween.
I stole Diana's body and I hid it here in the closet. And then I went home and fucked her daughter. I'll bring the police, they'll discover the body on camera, and our ratings will go right through the fucking roof. How's that grabbing?
And I always thought it was hilarious that the mailbox in front of the Voorhees house misspells their name. They misspelled Voorhees in a Friday the 13th movie, something the director of the movie is very aware of.
If I ever got to Ridley Scott this movie, I would go in and digitally fix certain things. First, I would fix the goddamn spelling on that fucking mailbox, so the fans would crawl out of my colon and stop beating me up for something that the production designer did. Yes, I'm the guy responsible for all spelling on props on that fucking mailbox.
Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. There is one more Voorhees. Stephanie Kimball, the baby daughter of Jessica Kimball, the granddaughter of Diana Kimball, and the great niece of Jason. So if Jason kills Jessica, he still has this baby to worry about. And who can protect Jason's extended family now that her boyfriend has become Jason, and he's rampaging through the police station, totally not like Terminator 1? Her ex and father of Stephanie, Stephen Freeman. He's the guy with the glasses that was very unbelievably getting hit on by random campers. He got arrested because he was there when her mom was killed, and it looked like he did it. And he spent some time with Creighton Duke while he was locked up, and Creighton Duke revealed everything to him about Jason. So for the rest of the movie, Steven and Jessica are running around. They're trying to escape these Jason body doubles with the baby. Steven's character is interesting, because he was originally going to be Tommy Jarvis from Friday the 13th, 4, 5, and 6. But Paramount still had the rights to him. They sold Jason, but they kept the Friday the 13th name and Tommy Jarvis. Instead, now he's a Steven. So Steven breaks out of jail, committing multiple crimes in the process of clearing his name and saving his ex and child from the villainy of Jason. But we haven't explained the main point of the movie. And this is where it gets really interesting because it's not legally canon. But in the filmmaker's head, it is canon. So it's a very gray area. Why is Jason able to jump from body to body? What's his end goal? I mean, he's never gone after his extended family before. See, there's always been a problem with Jason, if you try to make sense out of all the movies. Allow the director to explain.
This movie is about a little boy who drowns in the 50s. In 1980, he is still a little boy at the bottom of the lake. He's still a little boy. So for 30 years, he does not grow an inch. Then, a couple months later, he's grown 2 feet. When did that happen? He is shot up in every way you could shoot someone up. He's hung. He's then chopped up into little pieces. He should be dead by then. Then, part 6, he's resurrected Frankenstein style with a pole through the heart that happens to get hit by lightning in a graveyard. By part 7, he's fighting Carrie. And by part 8, he's taking a boat trip to Montreal. We didn't make any sense. Have you watched the other films?
So basically, why is Jason some unkillable zombie man that was once a very ugly child? Well, it's because of this movie. That's right, Evil Dead. Now keep in mind, New Line Cinema had absolutely no legal rights over Evil Dead. But the director loved the movie, so he threw the Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead, in the movie. He said, screw it, he just threw it in anyway as an Easter egg. The crate from Creepshow is in it. So either these are all the same universes, or what's more likely is that Pamela Voorhees was an avid movie prop collector. But let's go ahead with the headcanon plot that is in no way legally allowed in Jason Goes to Hell. Pamela Voorhees was so distraught over the death of her son that she used one of the pages of the Necronomicon to revive him. But what came back was something else. This new true form of Jason is revealed near the end when the movie just goes batshit crazy. They just throw everything out the window. Creighton Duke and our survivors, they're inside the Voorhees house with the baby, and nobody knows who's human, who's Jason, totally not like The Thing. And this part's really weird because we never hear Jason talk or act normal in any movies, but this young police officer he's acting completely normal, like he's him.
Wrong.
Don't come any closer.
Kill him!
I can't. Oh.
Freeze! Get the hell away from her, Ed! Give me the knife.
Stay back.
Jessica.
And that ends up being Jason in disguise, so Jason was actually talking and using logic. It's bizarre, and then he gets killed and the Jason comes out, the real deal. It's a little demon monster like a baby xenomorph that squeals and crawls around. Back in the day in the trailers and in screenshots for the movie, I remember seeing a different thing. More of a big demon sort of creature, but that was not in the final cut of the movie. This is one of the most what in the hell moments I've ever experienced in a Friday the 13th film. And the other question I haven't answered yet, what Jason's end goal here by killing his family? It's not just because they're the only threat to him. They're actually his only hope. See, he's not necessarily just trying to kill them. Just like how a Voorhees is the only one that can stop him, he can only be reborn and come back to life properly through a Voorhees. Okay, so you assume he's going to get the baby and just kind of be inside the baby's body until he grows up then? No, not at all. It turns out that the Voorhees that he needs to be reborn doesn't have to be alive at all. And let's remember, his half-sister's body is in the house. So he uses her dead body instead to be reborn. And they never really show how this process happens. Does a new little Jason baby come out of the body? Does the body just rise up and it's evil Jason inside, but without all the decay? Not at all. He explodes out of the floor, looking exactly like he did at the beginning of the movie. Clothes, hockey mask, and all. Once again, it makes no sense.
We didn't make any sense! Have you watched the other films?
And I swear I'm not making this up. Hilariously, Jessica grabs a dagger, and in her hands it becomes a magical sword that she uses to stab Jason while he's beating up her ex. Now, they didn't explain the magical sword at all. That just happens. Then God of War orbs fly out of him as he begins losing all his upgrades. And Steven starts punching him with magical sparkle fists until hell comes to claim Jason, the namesake of the movie. I really do like this scene where he's getting taken down. This is probably where all the budget went in the movie. All these monster hands come out and grab him. There's no chance for him to escape. Jason's just getting dragged down. He's going to be defeated forever until he returns multiple times after that. But he's disabled for a bit. Jason Goes to Hell is a very strange movie. It goes completely over the top with the Jason lore that has never really been referenced before this movie and was never mentioned afterwards again. Although there is a comic book series that continues this storyline, including a grown-up version of the baby, in a series called Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash. Overall, it's still a really entertaining movie. It doesn't feel anything like a Friday the 13th. There's some really great set pieces too, and action, like Jason attacking the diner. The people that work in the diner, they just open fire on him and fight back hard. It's got to be a Waffle House. They're lighting them up, and the practical effects are sometimes hilarious. I also love the amazing editing. I love how this guy yells and his mouth is no longer moving, but he's still yelling. If you're a slasher fan, chances are you've already seen the movie a million times, but if you haven't checked it out yet, you're at least going to get a couple laughs at the craziness on display. But most importantly, you get to see one of the greatest horror teases of all time.